guys, so I literally just filmed the other video that's probably like up right before this one. So I am wearing the same shirt, but I wanted to do a video on what New Year's is like for me this year, being chronically ill. I've been sick since I was 13, but it's a lot different this year. So in every single year before, I had gone through what I've gone through in 2018 of being in the hospital and all of that, I would always say to myself during New Year's, and we get told this all the time, like, hopefully this year will be the good year. And I basically like sat down with myself and I was like, there is never going to be a perfect year, because me thinking, oh, this is going to be the good year, this means this year is going to be amazing, there's not going to be problems and struggles. But the thing is, when we go through struggles, they're struggles for a reason, and they are challenging for a reason. And so no matter what it is, illness related or not, there is always going to be a struggle. There is never going to be a year where we don't struggle. And that hit me, and it's actually where some people would be like, oh, that might be negative. It's actually made me so much more comfortable. I think a lot of us during the new year get a lot of, this year will be the year that everything will go away. This year will be the year that you are going to be so much better. This year is going to be the good year where you can actually enjoy yourself. But if you take what you have and you take the illnesses, the pain, the days where you can't get out of bed, but you also take the days where it's beautiful outside, or you're spending your day with your pets, or you're with someone and you make an amazing memory, all of that is part of your life, and you can't always change these things. Our struggles are there for a reason. I don't know what those reasons are, and I know a lot of people don't like everything happens for a reason. And I'm not saying that there isn't horrible things in this world and that we can't be upset, but upset is part of our lives. Upset is part of human nature. Being angry, being upset, being disappointed, being frustrated, annoyed, these are all human emotions, and they're beautiful in their own right. They're hard, but I've been through so much in the past year. It's made me a better person, and I wouldn't trade it back. As much as I have suffered in this year, and I went from January 2018 being, I'm sick, but I'm in somewhat pain, and it wasn't as bad. And no matter what degree you have of any illness, it's still a struggle for you, so I'm not saying that. But for me, it was really hard going through being in the hospital and all that anxiety and building up so much nervousness, and I couldn't be in my room by myself when I went to bed. Like, literally, my mom just moved back in her own room after her being in my room since March. I wouldn't trade any of that back. I wouldn't trade back the joint pain and the dislocations. I wouldn't trade back my stomach issues. Because it's made me stronger, I've realized so much from it. I've actually understood that life is way more beautiful and way more meaningful than I ever thought it was before. And that's when my life, I believe, was a lot better. But I find it way more beautiful now because I understand it better. And we still have so much to learn from life. But, a lot of our illnesses are chronic, which means years and years, or for some of us, forever. And they can fluctuate. Some of them can get better, and some of them can get worse, and some of them are up and down, and some of them are terminal, some of them are not, and it's just a big, crazy mess. But we are taught that we need to have resistance against our illnesses. I need to fight as hard as I can so I can not have to have this anymore, instead of I'm fighting for me to function as the best that I can, but I have acceptance towards my body's limits. But maybe one day those limits will change. I can be happy with what I have now. I can be happy with what I can make of what I have now. I know days where I just go outside and that's a gift. And then there are days where I'm able to go to physical therapy and, take a shower and go and see some friends. Penny's barking again. But both of those days are valuable. I'm here for both of those days. I think New Year's is so hard for so many of us because we feel like it's going to be another year of disappointment when we set ourselves up for it's going to be good. It's going to be good and it's going to be bad, and that's wonderful. And I know that sounds so weird when you're struggling. But if you take a step back and think of, wow, I've accomplished so much, be proud of yourself. Again, like whether you are sick or not, we all have struggles. And they're all unique. And not one of us is more valid because of our struggles. We need to give ourselves acceptance because we cannot control everything that we go through. But we can control how we react to it. And that doesn't mean you can't get upset. You can be upset. There's days where I break down and I'm crying the entire day. I don't want to do my physical therapy exercises. I don't want to do my homework. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go to appointments. And some days I don't do those things. And some days I make myself do them anyways. But, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. But you can't let that rule you. You can feel those emotions. And if you want to talk about them, talk about them. If you want to, make art or do something beautiful with it, do it. But you need to live your life the best you can. And don't compare yourself to other people because they are also struggling. And they also wish that they had a better life. We continue to wish for a better life. We will continue to set our standards higher and higher and never be truly happy with what we have. I've lost a lot in this year, yes. And I get disappointed, I get upset when Christmas came around and I couldn't eat all the stuff my family was eating because I would be too sick and then I would have to go back home. I was disappointed when my birthday, I couldn't have cake for my birthday and it was my 16th birthday. I wanted to have a big party, but you know what? That's just not what my body could handle. And I was upset. But I have accepted that these things have happened, and it's okay. It's done so much more for me, I feel, because I have brought myself to thinking, okay, this bad thing has happened, but I'm so much stronger. I know all of us are way more proud when we do something and we are suffering, or we do something when we're happy. If you set yourself tiny goals, you don't need a time limit. My goals for this year are to be happy and to take care of myself and to give back to people. That doesn't have a time limit. I don't want it to have a time limit. I want that to be something I always have to do. But I'm not saying be happy with what you have and someone has it worse. No, you are suffering and it's okay that you struggle and it's okay that you feel terrible on the inside. And we all go through these human struggles and you are not alone even though your story is unique. You just have to keep on fighting and looking for the beauty in life because our struggles do teach us things, even if it just is, wow, you got through that, you are strong. If it teaches us that life is very valuable, if it teaches us to go outside once in a while and just smell the fresh air, because I never did that before I got this sick. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't like outside. I was just like, whatever. And then now I'm like, I love it when I go outside. I love being able to go to the store. Like all these things. I have my amazing girls, my pets that I've gotten this year. And I also have my illness, but I've also made friends from it. I've learned so much. So if you go into this new year, give yourself acceptance and understand that this year will also have its struggles. But you are powerful enough to go through it because you've gone through every other struggle that you thought that you can't get through. Every other day where you're like, I just can't do this, you have gotten through it. I don't care if you are in bed the entire day and you are not able to do anything. You made it through that day. There could be other days where you're out and about. You're at the mall, you're at the store, you're with your friends. You're also going through the day. no matter where you are on the spectrum of being able to do things and what your struggles are each day, every day is an accomplishment, and you are always fighting. So, Happy New Year, guys, and just give yourself so much love and acceptance in this new year, because that has done wonders for me, and being able to accept what I am going through in my chronic illnesses, but also knowing that because of these chronic illnesses, my life is not devoid of happiness and successes. So, bye guys. Stay strong and keep fighting.